listen to me right now. If you think you've seen big crypto news before, you haven't seen this. Eric Trump is calling out the banking system. XRP's chart is setting up for a monster move, and BlackRock, the biggest asset manager on the planet, they are quietly stacking Bitcoin like they know something the rest of the world doesn't. I'm telling you, this isn't hype. This is the kind of setup that makes millionaires. Stay locked in, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand why the next 6 months, folks, could rewrite the entire financial system. And if you thought that the Bitcoin top was in, if you thought that this bull market was over, you better think again, because the party is just getting started. Welcome everyone to the Bullwinkle Blueprint. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're coming back for some more of that good info, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. It's Saturday. Thumbs up, they're tough to come by. I've had a crazy morning. I've been up since 6:30. It is now 11:30. I've been working on this massive workflow I have set up. It broke. I'm trying to repiece it back together. One little mistake breaks it all. Still unsuccessful. I wanted to get this video done 5 hours ago, but here we are, and the show must go on. Bitcoin, $117,807. It's currently up 0.53% in the past 24 hours. Ethereum coming in at 4,413. It's down 0.71%. And XRP, hey, it's exactly where we were the other week, $3.10, as the total cryptocurrency market cap drops below 4 trillion. I'm not worried, folks. I'm bullish. You should be bullish as well. We are going so much higher, and we're going to really focus on the XRP price setup for a majority of this video. Let's first, though, get into this news piece coming in from Eric Trump over on Fox Business. He states that crypto will replace the banking system. When he says crypto, obviously he's talking blockchain and DLT tech. Listen up.
But the reality is the banking system in this country is absolutely antiquated. It doesn't work. It's costly. It's slow as hell. I would have never been in crypto had we not been debanked and deplatformed by absolutely everyone. If I wasn't getting the letters from Capital One saying, congratulations, 300 of your accounts are gone overnight, believe me, I wouldn't have found this industry. But this is an industry that within a year, everybody's going to be in. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody, every bank, every consumer, because this is just the way of the future. And it's an honor to be part of it. And frankly, I'm glad my father's leading the way on it, because otherwise one of the other countries would get it. And I'm glad I look at the 401ks and I see how much they've gone up. And I'm glad I look at inflation and see how much it's gone down. I'm glad interest rates are going to come down. I mean, we're getting our country back.
All right, there you go. You just heard from Eric. So let's start the video off with a bang here, right? He just came out and flat out said that crypto was going to replace the banking system. His exact words. Banks are antiquated and discriminatory, and we all know that. And here's the kicker. He predicts that every single bank will be using crypto within a year. Folks, that's crazy. Within a year. That's not just some random influencer on Twitter saying this. This is the Trump. Now connect the dots here for a second, okay? Ripple has already been circling the Federal Reserve for years. They applied for a master account within the Fed, which would literally allow them to plug directly into the US financial plumbing. And what happens when a company like Ripple, with XRP at its core, has the same access as JP Morgan, TD Ameritrade, Wells Fargo, Bank of America? Well, you're looking at a complete bypass of the old guard. And don't forget, Ripple acquired Hidden Road. That's the shadow player moving billions behind the scenes, offering prime brokerage access to crypto institutions. So when you got Ripple, the Fed, and the players like Hidden Road all lining up at the same time, this isn't a coincidence. This is architecture being built right in front of our eyes. The same exact banks might soon be turning to Ripple. because they need that tech. And remember, Ripple has software that it licenses out to these banking systems, to these remitters. Why would they start from ground zero when they can just license out some software like most of them currently do now? They license out like SAP, Oracle, Microsoft. Think about that for a second, all right? Now let's get over to this. eGrad Crypto's like, look, some of you is still bearish. He goes, I know it's hard to believe, but XRP is currently consolidating on a 2-week time frame at its all-time high. And yet some folks, they're still feeling bearish. He's right. There is nothing to feel bearish about here. XRP is not 50 cents. It's not $1. It's not $2. We are chilling and accumulating right around this $2 region, $3 region, excuse me. We are building strength, getting ready for the next blast off, which is going to get us into that $4 zone. So here's where it gets spicy. Because we come over to Gordon's thing, and you can see there's a massive, and I'll blow this up for those of you looking at the screen. There is a massive cup and handle here that's playing out. I mean, you see it from the picture, right? That's a cup and handle. That's the cup dipping on the bottom. You see what I'm saying here. Even if you don't know technical analysis, you already know what this means. It means breakout city. Analysts have pointed to $11 as the target once this pattern completes. But let's add another layer on top of this. Okay, eGrad Crypto puts this out talking about the RSIs. Now XRP, from what we know, at least from what I know, from as long as I've been in the cryptocurrency cycles, this is my third bull run. XRP doesn't move randomly. It moves on cycles of 3, and that's what eGrad is putting out here, according to the RSIs. We have the first one, which is your major cycle pump. We got the correction, then we got the blow off top. Right now, we are sitting on the edge of phase 3, the cycle blow off top. This is the part of the movie where the soundtrack gets loud, the chart starts to curl up, and suddenly everyone who said XRP is dead is forced to FOMO back in. The math, the structure, the technicals, they are all screaming the exact same thing. XRP is coiled like a spring, and the handle on that cup is just begging to explode. And it's gonna happen. Now, this doesn't mean that it happens tomorrow. This doesn't mean it happens in a month from now. But it is going to happen before this year is up. We are going to see a massive, massive rally in the entire market. I think it's pretty safe to say that at this point, 5 to 7 trillion is gonna be that sweet spot for the entire market to get into. Bitcoin is not done. We've already talked about those rumors. Stay away from people that telling that Bitcoin has already topped. It didn't top. Bitcoin is going to go higher. You know the targets, that 140 to 150 range is target 1. 175 to 200 is target 2. Those are the targets we are paying attention to. Obviously, we want to see the second target, 175, all the way up to that $200 region. And then we get this. BlackRock, as all this is going down, as all this fear is among us, the market makers messing with you, the institutions jacking with your emotions, BlackRock is still accumulating. The world's largest asset managers. These guys, they don't make random moves, right? They move the entire market. Right now, they're sitting on about 749,000 Bitcoin. You heard that correct. Not $749,000 worth of Bitcoin, 749,000 Bitcoin. Do you understand how insane that number is? That's more Bitcoin than most countries hold. BlackRock, they're not speculating. BlackRock doesn't believe that the blow off top is in because they would buy a dip. They would buy when this thing is at the bottom. They are preparing here. They're building reserves like they know exactly what is coming. And if you connect what Eric Trump said to the banks are dead comments and XRP's immediate breakout, well, you start to see the bigger picture here. Institutions in the world are positioning for a reset. Think about it. Why would BlackRock, of all players, load up on Bitcoin unless they believe the global financial system was about to shift? This isn't retail FOMO. This is generational positioning. Let's tie everything together now. Eric Trump is calling for the death of banks as we know them. Ripple and XRP are already building the rails to replace that system. The technicals are flashing green on XRP's chart, hinting at a breakout that could change portfolios forever. And then BlackRock, the icing on the case, they're not betting small. They're betting the house. This is what we call the trifecta. Political support, technical confirmation, and institutional money all coming together at the same time. That's how markets flip. That's how fortunes are made. So don't sleep in this moment, because when history looks back, this is going to be one of those times when you're either positioned yourself early or you got left behind. Enjoy your Saturday morning / mid-afternoon. Look, I'll be back probably around 6 or 7 o'clock tonight. We got another major update we're going to drop. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on your way out. I'll catch all y'all on the next one.